Hello and welcome to our live news. I am Elizabeth with the latest. The headline: Reactions as Academic Staff Union of Universities suspend strike. Labour Party identifies fraud on campaign list. Super Eagles striker sent union St. Juloy to knockout stage. 5 shot dead in North Carolina Capitol. Juvenile suspect arrested.
Alive TV.
And now the news in detail. The conditional suspension of the 8-month-old strike by the Academic Staff Union of Universities has elicited mixed reactions. It was earlier reported that a member of the union's National Executive Committee had told the media in the early hours of Friday that the strike had been called off. He said ASU decided to suspend the strike after members of the union's National Executive Committee held a meeting which started on Thursday night and lasted into the early hours of Friday. The union had fixed the meeting to decide the next line of action after the Court of Appeal directed its members to resume last week. However, some Nigerians have taken to the microblogging platform Twitter to express their views regarding the suspension of the strike. Nigeria's third force political movement, the Labour Party, has identified 2 people whose names were erroneously included in its 2023 Presidential Campaign Council list. It was earlier reported that there were controversies surrounding the recently released presidential campaign list for the Obidati 2023 candidacy. This is as the leadership of the National Consultative Front, an umbrella body for the Labour Party consisting of key political groups supporting the candidacy of former Governor of Anambra State Peter Obi and his running mate Senator Yusuf Datti Baba Ahmed, threatened to dump the party if the campaign list is not reviewed and adjusted accordingly. The group had submitted that the party's presidential campaign list, released on Wednesday in Abuja, only took care of Obi's associates and ignored other stakeholders supporting the party. Reacting, however, to the controversies, the party has assured that a supplementary list for its campaign council would be released, even as it affirmed that Ayuba Waba and Festus Osifo were erroneously included. In sports news, Royal Union St. Juloy advanced quickly to the UEFA Europa League's knockout round thanks to 2 goals from Victor Boniface. On Thursday night, the Belgian team and supporting Braga played out a thrilling 3-3 draw at home. The former Bodo forward converted 2 shots, one in the 20th and the other in the 62nd minute. Now with 3 goals for Union St. Juloy in the competition this year, the former Flying Eagles forward has established himself as a threat. On the foreign scene, 5 people, including an off-duty police officer, were shot dead in the North Carolina capital of Raleigh on Thursday, triggering a massive manhunt that shut down part of the city for hours and resulted in the arrest of a juvenile suspect, according to officials. 2 people were wounded, a police officer who was treated and released, and a person who was in the hospital in critical condition, according to a police spokesman. Multiple law enforcement agencies took part in the hunt, turning neighborhoods into crime scenes flooded with first responders. Citizens were told to take shelter. The shooting broke out near the News River Greenway, a trail that runs through part of the city. About 3 hours later, police said they contained the suspect in a residence near a wooded area, later reporting that the suspect, described only as a juvenile white male, was taken into custody. And with that, we've come to the end of the news at this hour. But before we go, here's a recap of the headlines. Reactions as Academic Staff Union of Universities suspend strike. Labour Party identifies fraud on campaign list. Super Eagles striker sent union St. Juloy to knockout stage. 5 shot dead in North Carolina Capitol. Juvenile suspect arrested. Once again, I am Elizabeth.
Alive TV.